What a day, what a day, what a day. Lovely Ohio roads. What do they say about luck? If there wasn't any bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck at all. Well, it's like the roads in Ohio. If there wasn't any bad roads, then you wouldn't have any good roads at all. Be nothing to base it off of. So I guess we gotta have bad roads so we can go down a road and say, this is a good road. Anyways, we'll be at the dam in about 10 minutes. My lines will be in the water. There's a place back there. Hey, Kevin, what's up? There's like a, well, I call it a pool hall because when you ride by, all you see is pool tables, but it's one of them axe throwing places. I don't see how they stay open. They opened like 2 or 3, a couple years ago, and there is never anyone there. Now, if you go by on like a Friday or Saturday night, there's like 3 or 4 people. But it's a bring your own beer. They don't sell beer there, but you can bring your own beer, which is kind of off. I don't get that. When I'm not trying to do anything, like today, I went live for a little bit at the workshop, and it worked fine. But whenever I'm actually trying to fish or go somewhere, I always get that reconnect. And I think it has to do with how many people's on YouTube. I don't even think it's on my end. Because like I got 5G ultra wireless and I got 4 bars. And I've had to hit reconnect. Let's see, I've been live for 3 minutes. And I've had to hit the reconnect button 6 times. I think it's when YouTube gets busy. That's when it does that, you know. I forget what I was saying now. Oh yeah, how cold it's supposed to get. Next week it's saying negative. I think I seen like -2, -3 for the, so you add the wind chill to that, you're gonna be in, it's gonna be negative 15, 20 degrees, which is crazy for Ohio. It's a rare bird there. But this weekend not supposed to be too bad. I did see Saturday's supposed to be warmer than Sunday, but it says 70% chance of precipitation. But shoot, if you're trying to go to that dam still, I don't care. I'll go. At least if it's pouring down rain, I'll still at least go for like 2 hours. If it's an hour drive there, I at least fish for 2 hours. I got rain gear and all that jazz, but I just can't stand that cold rain when I'd rather it be 20 degrees and everything frozen than 35 degrees and everything all wet. It messes with me mentally. Even though it's warmer, it feels colder. All I know is I had wet feet all day today. I used this leaf blower to blow snow, and the wind was blowing, so it blew all over me. My shoes were snow covered and wet like the first hour being at work. I just kind of feel like I went live just now, and now I'm feeling like I wish I didn't. I'm stressed. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I'm going fishing, to freaking try to get a breath of fresh air and relax a bit. Left that dog, the pup, at home. Man, it was easier raising my kid than that dog. I didn't want to get that puppy that early. I brought him home. He wasn't even 8. He's like 7 weeks old. 7.5, almost 8 weeks. And I wanted the dog to stay with its mom longer, but it was the last dog. She started giving the dogs away when they were like, well, not giving them away, selling them. 5 and 6 weeks old. One of, I wouldn't even say friend, someone I know, they got a girl dog when it was 6 weeks old, and they was like, oh, you want me to get your dog for you? I said, no. I don't want you to touch my dog. I even had to call the lady, because the dude is one of them people that do something that crosses a line, and he thinks he's doing you a fight without hurting somebody. Like, they learn it very quick. But a human trying to teach a dog, like, bite control and not to bite too hard, it's like impossible. Like, they don't understand. It's just impossible. I shouldn't say impossible, but it's very difficult. The best thing you can do is just replace your arm or leg or ankle for a toy. Just, if they're biting your leg, just have a toy handy and give it, just keep giving them the toy instead of your arm. But it's not easy. But if they would have let the dog stay with its litter longer, it wouldn't be so difficult now. But I was worried if I didn't get the dog, they was going to sell it, Because like I said, I didn't know the lady, so she could have thought I was just, bull crapping her and wasn't going to pay for it and get the dog. And, someone else come with some money, and then next thing you know, 2 days before Christmas, don't have a dog for my kid. It was actually for his birthday, just the 2 days before Christmas. Talk about a stressful time having birthday and Christmas. You should see, every year I go and try to find birthday wrapping paper at the cash at stores. Everything's Christmas. And I go store to store to store, and I finally find some birthday paper. And I get up to the register, and then they try to talk me out of buying it. They look at me like, sir, you know you got birthday paper, right? I said, I know. I know. They're like, well, it's Christmas. I said, I know. And I'm like, we got a birthday 2 days before Christmas. Sell me the paper. But yeah. You guys should have seen me trying to put the dog in a box. You know how in the movies they wrap the dog in a present, like a box, and wrap it? That is only in the movies. This dog, he was not having it. Like, I finally got the lid closed and got it wrapped, and then he started going ballistic, like screaming bloody murder. So I had to unwrap the box that I just spent time wrapping and pull the dog out. And yeah, he probably would have been scarred for life if I would have left him in that box the way he was screaming. Like, I think the dog thought his life was ending or something. I mean, I guess that would be pretty scary, going from a lighted daylight surrounding to in a dark box with the lid closed. But I settled for a gift bag. I put him in a gift bag and put a bunch of tissue paper and stuff on top of it. It was actually pretty funny. I handed my kid the gift bag, and as he's looking in one side of the gift bag, it's like a big gift bag, right? As he's looking in one side of the gift bag, like rifling through the tissue paper, trying to see what's in it, You know, he's trying to get to the bottom. He's moving all this paper. He don't see nothing. He keeps going deeper and deeper, getting to the bottom. And the dog popped its head out the other side. The dog's sitting in there with its head popped out and its paws up over the gift bag on one side. And my kid's completely oblivious that there's a dog like 1 foot in front of him. Like, I bet you 15 seconds went by without him knowing that there was a dog there. It was so funny. Alrighty, let me get my hat. I can tell you one thing. I don't think we'll get a single bite just because there's nobody here. And that's usually the #1 sign that the fish aren't biting. Not a single car in the parking lot and nobody here. But we will not let that deter us. I gotta grab a few things and we'll be fishing in a few minutes. I just realized I didn't bring any water to drink. I'll live, but I don't know for how long. Nah, I wasn't gonna be here long anyways, probably like an hour at the most. If they're biting, that's the plan. An hour at the most, and if they're biting, then I'll maybe stay for 2. Bait shop comes on at 8. I usually like to watch that if it's on. I know sometimes around the holiday or when it's cold out or they cancel sometimes. I know in the summertime that show's on like clockwork, but this time of year I know there's been a few times I tune in to watch it and there's no bait shop. I'm just getting my camera mount on. I had to take my coat off to get the camera mount on, and yeah, it's nippy. 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 Okay, I'm reloaded. You know what? I think I'm gonna put this mic in my pocket, like, cause it's not waterproof. It feels like the wind stopped, which is a big surprise because it seems like when I'm at work, the wind's pretty chill and mellow. And then when I decide to go fishing, the wind gets kicking like crazy. And the same thing happened today. Mellow wind for most of the day, and then I say, you know, I'm gonna go fish. And then I got home when it got dark and that wind started kicking pretty good. But it's actually died down completely. I mean, up here in the parking lot, it's died down. Get down there on the river, probably have a little bit of wind, but okay. Got me pole. Got me bag. Guess we'll shut this car off. gotta wipe this lens and make sure there ain't nothing on it. It looked like... Hey Heather, Mike Sampson, how are you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you. Yeah, there's only no one here. Raw Wilson, hey. Hey. Nobody here. So it's not a good sign, y'all. Usually means they are not biting at all. But I never let that deter me. Never ever. Let me know if the audio is no good, because I have the mic in my pocket. I mean, not in my like pants pocket, but it's in my shirt pocket and it's under my coat. I'd like to get a couple walleye to take home. But the walleye bite lately, whew, let me tell you, I've only been walleye fishing for 4 years, but this walleye bite has been the worst year. Like the previous years, I've caught, like 100 walleye by now. And this year I only caught 3 walleye the whole year. But I have fished the least this year. Well, actually, last year I barely fished walleye because I hurt my arm. But even though I barely fished last year, I still caught more last year than this year. Like, I fished more this year, but I caught less. Wow, that water's ripping good. I would think the bite would be good right now. You know what I realized YouTube did, which I don't like? I noticed they took away the video. You used to have on your live screen, you could kill your mic and you could kill your video. You know, you push the button and a little line goes through it. Well, now you can't kill your video no more. You can still kill your mic. But I just realized they also took away the filters. You used to be able to go through and put filters on, like the black and white and the sepia and the ghost and the grayscale. But some of those filters were nice because it would actually make the ambient lighting, the lighting would be better. Like if it was dark out and you couldn't see, you could go through and pick one of them filters and it would be brighter. You could see. It would make it look like there's more daylight than there really is. But they took that away. There's no feature to go in and pick the different filters. Remember, you used to be able to like pick the bubbles and the black and white. Now there's no filters, which is weird because like most people are all about filters, you know. Wow, it doesn't look like many people have been here today. Not at all. Yeah, that water's ripping good, man. Look at that. We'll zoom in on it in a second. Hey, I found my my covered overalls, or my insulated bibs. I like haven't been able to find them for like 2 weeks. I went crazy. I went crazy a couple weeks ago looking for them. I was so upset I couldn't find them. And gave up on it. Well, today I was looking for my heated jacket, and I realized it might be in my truck. So I went out there, and sure enough, there's my heated jacket and my insulated bibs. I was thinking someone stole, like, I was starting to think, I was convinced that someone jacked my warm weather gear. And they're sitting in the bed back of my truck, not in the bed, but like the back seat, for like probably a month. Since the last time I had my boat out on the lake, so put it that way. Long time. But yeah, look at that water. It's ripping. NJ Guard, welcome. Think it sounds good. And can't be dropping your phone, Heather. It's bad luck to drop your phone. Bad luck, drop your phone. Alright, let's get something tied on. I was gonna go live at home tying some jigs, and then I got home from work earlier. I got home from work earlier than I thought, and am I zoomed in still? Yeah, I'm zoomed in still. There we go. But yeah, I got home from work sooner than I thought, and I was like, you know what? We'll go fishing. We go fishing for a little bit. Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. It gets harder than a hoochie. We'll tie the old Berkeley flicker shad. See what we can get. See what we can get. I just about dropped that over the railing. I'm just gonna take these gloves off so I can tie this real quick instead of fooling with it. Yeah, so I meant to be here. I meant to be here like an hour and a half ago, no joke. I was having major problems. I forgot the last time I used this reel. Hey, Fat Cat, Tara, welcome, welcome. I forgot this line got wrapped under the spool on the shaft like 50 times. And then the last time I was here, I don't know if anyone was in chat was here, I got snagged, brand new braid, I only used it twice. I got snagged, I had to break off. The wind caught my braided line and blew it that way, and there's a guy fishing next to me. He snagged my braid. He didn't know it was my line. He thought he snagged just some garbage in the river. So he's just like pulling this line out of the water, just reckless as he can be, just pulling it and throwing it on the ground, just trying to get it off his. He didn't know it was mine. He thought it was just some junk that he snagged. So it was so tangled. I didn't want to cut it because, like I said, it was Suffolk's 131. It was on sale. I bought it. Other than that, I'd never spend that much on some braided line. But it was on sale. I only used it twice. I didn't want to cut it. So I just like kind of balled it up and took it home and said I would get the knots out at home. It wasn't even knotted. It was just like clumped together, you know. It would have got knotted if I would have tried to get it out here. I said, I'll do it at home. Well, this pole had the line wrapped around under the spool. And I'm like, I'll just grab my other pole. Well, I forgot that braid was all knotted up. So I didn't even have a fishing pole. I didn't even have a fishing pole to come and sauger and walleye fish with. I started fooling with the braid, getting the lines out of the braid, and I'm like 35 minutes in. It's nowhere near being, what did I just drop? It's nowhere near being untangled. So I grab this one and start fooling with it and cutting line off. But we finally got a workable, a fishing pole that works. Chaos Goat, what's happening? How you doing? How you doing? Nice to meet you. Alrighty, let's see what's crack-a-lacking. Let's see what's cracking. Whoa, that current. Holy moly, my lure's already like out of the screen. Be sweet if we just hooked up with a 30-inch walleye. First cast, 30-inch walleye. I'm gonna shut this light off because it's picking up all that haze. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, I figure I'd give about an hour. See if anything's biting. Since the current's ripping this way, which is weird. The river flows this way, but the current's gushing that way major. I'm gonna cast on an angle so I can pull my bait against the current, or at least that's the ID. Oh, I didn't put any silicone on my pole. I wish I would have did that before I got it wet. Heather with the cat call, or the here fishy fishy call. Here fishy fishy. Hey, is there too much noise? Is it too loud? Because if so, let me know it's noisy, like the water gushing and stuff. Because there is something I can do to improve it. Yeah, I can't believe no one's here. It's a beautiful night out. Beautiful. I keep walking down more and more this way because, you know, it's the shore and shallow, and the current's going so big. I've yet to touch bottom with my lure, and that's right where I want to be. That's right where I want to be. Who sings that song? Remember that country song? I don't even remember any of the words other than right where I want to be. It's like, right where. That was a good song. Or it is a good song. I have no clue who sings it or what it's about, other than the only thing I can remember, it's right where I want to be. It does look like a good evening. Yeah, it's nice. It's a little windy. A little chilly, but for January, shoot, could be way worse. Next week, you won't see me out here. Ohio's gonna have negative, multiple days in the negative. And I'm not talking the wind chill or the feels like temp. The actual temperature on the 10-day forecast they're saying negative. Like one day is like -1, the next day is -3. You add some wind to that, you're gonna have -20 wind chills. Alright, let's cast this way. I wish it wasn't so dark here. I wish they had some lighting. Yeah. If I can't get on bottom with this lure, I'm gonna we're gonna put some jigs on. It's weird I can't hit bottom. It's only a couple feet right here. It's only a couple feet. And look at the lip. Look at the size of the lip on this thing. It's huge. You figured that thing would dive down and hit the bottom instantaneous. Hey Black Wolf, what's up? Yeah, look at the lip on this. It's bigger than my thumb. Well, same size as my thumb, but it ain't going down bottom. My hands are already cold. It's not good. It's not good. Not if I'm trying to stay out here like an hour. Oh. Y'all rather have this light on where you see all the haze? You can see the pole some. On or off, but you can't see the pole. You know the hardest thing about YouTube live streaming? And I guarantee you this is the hardest thing for every single person that does YouTube. Unless YouTube is your full-time job. But if you have a full-time job and you do YouTube on the side, I bet you the hardest thing about YouTube is not complaining about your job or your work or your day. Like, it's almost impossible not to complain about just the job, the day, the work, stuff that happened, like, because it's on your mind. Like, you know, the whole time I'm sitting here casting, I'm just thinking about my crap day. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. We ain't gonna go any further. But I was just thinking, I said, I bet you that's the hardest thing for anybody that does YouTube, not to complain. Yeah, we got out in that current, man. That lure's just, it looks like it's got a propeller on it. If I could get on bottom, I think I could catch a couple fish. Let's scoot over some more, but I mean, the waves are breaking right there, so I mean, we're already in like 2 feet of water. See, when the water's ripping like this, I like to give it a couple whacks, like violent jerks to get, because there's rattles in that lure, to get their attention, you know? Because when there's this much turbulence and commotion, I'd imagine it's difficult for them to focus on your bait versus everything else that's going on, you know. I think I need some new gloves. Look, that's a hole from casting so much. None of my other tips are like that. Look, all the other ones are good. Just my casting finger. Oh, that was a good cast. We might get on bottom with that one. Oh, we're on bottom. There we go. Now we just gotta try not to get snagged. Does anyone know if the bait shop's on tonight at 8? Oh, your first ever walleye? Where are you fishing at, Black Wolf? What state? It's hard to keep up with everybody. What state? I'll remember for like a day or a week and then I'll forget. What happens is I'll ask someone where they're from. I'll remember for a few days or a week. But then in the process, in the meantime, I'm asking other people where they're from. And then I'll remember where new people were from, but then I'll forget where the other older people were from. Basically, I learn new stuff and I forget old stuff, you know. Missouri? Oh, you should be good, man. As far as I know, Missouri got some good walleye. I think I seen Spencer, River Certified. I think I seen him walleye fishing in Missouri. Walleye is just such an amazing fish. What amazes me most about them is you can fish. They say that muskies, the fish is 10,000 casts. Well, walleye should also be called that because you can fish a body of water for 30 years, and if you're not fishing for them, you won't catch them. Like here, I fished this area my whole life, ever far back as I can remember. Never caught a walleye. You know, 30 plus years, never caught a walleye, not even on accident. Not until I tried to catch a walleye and fished for them and targeted them. And then I'm catching walleye after walleye. And I'm like, holy cow, you're telling me these fish were here all along? Like all these years, these fish were here? Like that's just amazing to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to actually try your darndest to catch them. You just figured, I just find it weird, like, you know, say you're catfishing and you put some worms on or some chicken liver or some shad and you cast it out on bottom and it's sitting there. I just find it so mind-boggling that a walleye just doesn't come up and eat that, you know what I mean? Like, I've never accidentally caught a walleye catfishing here all them years. Never caught one until I seen people catching them and, you know, started asking questions and learned and fished for them, and I got one, and I was just so like I don't know, astonished or like just amazed that I caught one. I'm like, oh, like you mean I could have been doing this all along? You know, it's just so crazy. But they're an awesome fish if you can catch them. This year, I don't know, man. I don't know what's up. Like the beginning of the year when I was fishing like 2-3 times a week for them, my reason was I wasn't catching them is because of the weather. You know, it was seasonably warm. the water temps weren't cold. Even though we were in the fall, we wasn't there yet. Well, we're through fall, we're into winter, and the walleye bite still isn't what it was years prior. So it makes me wonder a bunch of things, because I'm downriver from that East Palestine, that train derailment. Like, does that have something to do with it? Is it because it was seasonably warm? Is it because they were overfished? There's just like so many things you can ask yourself of why, you know. And it's not just me. I talked to everyone. Everyone I've talked to, you say walleye and they just shake their head, like just can't understand it. You know, can't understand it. Can't figure it out. That train derailment though in East Palestine, I am convinced it didn't affect the Ohio River, because I read a lot of information and reports, and like for it to have gotten in the Ohio River, like they barricaded and dammed up creeks before they did that controlled release, and there was like multiple creeks that it would have had to go from one creek to another creek to another creek to another creek to the river, and they did testing in the creeks. Like it didn't even make it into the creeks that it would have had to make it into the river. And I know you can't trust just one source, but these are reports done independently from like Orsanko. They're like the Ohio River. The water police, basically. They do all kind of testing and pollution and cleanups, and basically they monitor the river. And their testing all come back that it was fine too, just like the EPA and the government was saying. But that doesn't mean that somebody can't be bought and paid for, and the reports are a lie, you know. But I don't think that's why the fishing's bad, because there's other fish. I mean, there's catfish being caught, you know, there's other fish. It's just like something, the walleye bite this year is just off. And it could be too, I mean, I don't know if it holds for fish, but I know like apple trees, peach trees, pear trees, blueberry bushes, raspberries, you know, you'll get fruit from them year after year after year, and then 1 year, no fruit. Like I got a peach tree, you get hundreds of peaches every year, and then like year before last, nothing, like 5 or 6 peaches, and I didn't even get to eat them because my Great Dane, every time she would run by the peach tree shaking the ground, she would knock the peaches off. We had like 10 peaches grown, waiting for them to get ripe, and every time she run by that peach tree, there'd drop a peach early. It wasn't ripe yet, needed to grow longer. But then the following year, that peach tree had more peaches than I ever saw. So I don't know, maybe it's something like that's going on, you know. Mother Nature's just doing her thing, and this year the walleye just aren't. Or give it a couple weeks and maybe, you know, it'll be good like it was last year. You just never know. All you can do is come out here and do what I'm doing right now. Fish and talk and fish, and wish. I don't see a single bird though, not a one. Not one bird. Who you talking about, Black Wolf? Whose channel? Hey, Danny Stone, what's up? You gonna go live tomorrow, Black Wolf? I gotta work, but you have YouTube going on the boob tube. And it's actually a boob tube, one of the old glass tubes. It's rounded in the front. My roof leaks at the workshop, so I don't want to have no nice TV in there, so I just got an old glass tube TV. But I usually just leave that on, have some YouTube playing on it in the background while I'm working. Hey, I just seen a big fish. I don't know what it was, but something was just following my bait. And it was big because I could see it. And if you could see something in this dark water, dark wavy water with bubbles and soap like scum all over the top. Heather dropping the link. Woo. Yeah, we'll throw this one about a dozen more times, and if we don't get anything, we'll throw some jigs on. Because some jigs, I can get it out there near the current seam, you know. This big old lure, it catches the wind like crazy. Ooh, what was that? I couldn't tell if that was a bite or I hit bottom. I still can't get over no one being here. Not a soul. I'm gonna turn that light out. It's just too blurry. Too blurry. It snowed earlier today, and it was crazy. It was like hail, like mini hail balls. It looked like styrofoam, like, you know, like the perfect circles. I mean, I don't think you can call it hail, because it wasn't like hard like a rock. It was soft like snow, but it was perfectly circled. But it looked like styrofoam all over the ground, everywhere. It was wild. I never seen snow like that. Like perfect little. It looked like, you know, the Dippin' Dots ice cream is exactly what it looked like. The little Dippin' Dots. That was a good cast. Let's see if we can turn it into something. You know, I seen Two Stand's sturgeon video today for the first time. I've always heard about this 222-pound sturgeon. I've never seen the video till today. I guess John Parker, real-time catfishing John Parker, made a video for him out of it and put it on Facebook. I never seen that sturgeon video till today. Pretty cool. When the video starts out, Two Stands is sitting in the boat and he's holding the rod out like this, and I didn't know it was the sturgeon video. I thought I was watching a video of Two Stands about to drop the rod in the water out of the boat. The way he was holding it with like one arm, like, and it looked like he was, like, I thought I was watching a video of him losing a rod in the water when it first started. but it ended up being the sturgeon video. Not the sturgeon. I've heard it a million times, Danny, but I've never seen it. I was even starting to wonder if it was real. Cause I've heard it like, oh man, 100 times, no joke, 100 times heard about that sturgeon. I never seen it. Never seen it till today. That was a horrible cast. It got stuck on my hole in my glove, I think. Oh, I know why it was a horrible cast. My eyes are icing up. We're gonna tie something else on, y'all. Yeah, my eyes are icing. That's why it was a horrible. Yep. Yeah, I can't believe I'd never seen that sturgeon video till today. I figured Two Stands would have it as like the intro for his like for stand day. I figured that sturgeon video would be like, you know, an intro or something, and we'd have to see it every single week. Last cast with this lure. All right, that's it. We're gonna put something else on. Black Wolf, you never been subbed to Danny Stone? He fishes like every Sunday. Does a good old show. Woo! Alright, let's see what we got in the goodie bag, y'all. Got a Foley spoon. I need a jig head is what I need. Whoa, my battery's already 54%. I know why. This Bluetooth microphone. That's why. Well, it is cold out here too. That don't help. Looking for jig, a jig for a swim bait. I got them, just a matter of finding them. There we go. Oh, 1/4 ounce ain't enough. Not with this current. What is that, 3/8? Oh, that's perfect. Perfect, perfect. 3/8. If I can get it open, come on now. There we go. There we go. That's a weird shaped jig head, ain't it? Look at that. We're gonna rock with it. We're gonna do a pink lemonade. I've never caught anything on the pink lemonade yet, but everything that works normally has not worked this year, so. Well, perfect. I couldn't did that any better if I tried. See if this pink lemonade works. Y'all know something I don't understand? I was watching TikTok the other night, right? Or the other day, but anyways, the dude's channel kept like freezing and pausing, and he said it was because TikTok kicked him out, like restricted him, because he showed the name brand of he was using this glass cleaner, like Quick Clean or I don't know, Clean King or something. But anyways, he said it was because on TikTok you can't have the name, you can't show any brand names of anything, because it thinks you're like affiliated with them and you're not. And I'm like, that makes no sense. So you can play any music, in the world you want on TikTok, but you can't show the name brand of something? Like, how does that make sense? Can anyone explain that to me? Like, music is like the #1 copyrighted patent infringement thing in the world. Movies and music. But yet, you can play any music you want on TikTok, but you can't show the name of a freaking glass cleaner. Like, this dude even had he had some 3M tape, some masking tape. He had the masking tape inside of the, on the inside of the roll of a masking tape, on the cardboard sleeve, it says 3M. He even had tape covering the 3M logos on the masking tape. And I just found that so absurd that you can listen to any music you want on TikTok, but they're worried about a brand. Like if Barkley was shown on there, they'd like end my stream. Like, how does that make sense? But yet you can play any music you want. Can anyone riddle me that? How that even makes any sense? Or if that's even true? But I think it is, because I've heard many people talk about not being able to show the brand, of something. Black Wolf, you're telling me you didn't know Danny Stone Outdoors or Two Stands? Where have you been, man? I thought everybody knew. DSO and Two Stands, they're like the legends. They're like some of the first. Danny Stone Outdoor, first time I ever was live on YouTube was on Danny Stone's channel. Like, I think last summer. Maybe summer. I think it was summer before last. I don't remember when, but I know it was freezing. It might have been on New Year's Eve. Was it New Year's Eve? It was like me, you, Possum, Avid. All I know is that it was very cold. I thought it was in the summertime, but for some reason I'm feeling like it might have been like, I don't know. You guys always do that Baldwin Bash on New Year's Eve, don't you? So it wouldn't have been New Year's Eve. You like bluegrass, Heather? You like Billy Strings? Well, I guess my first question should be is, do you know who Billy Strings is? And then if so, do you like him? There's a lot of good bluegrass bands around here and groups. There's a place, there's an old church they turned into an opera house. It's in Fairmont, Ohio. It's called the Penny Royal Opera House, and it's amazing. It's like a church setting with pews and everything, you know, and every Friday, well, I don't know about every Friday, but most Fridays they have live music, live bluegrass bands. Downstairs is like the cafe, like a kitchen, like a restaurant. There's these little old ladies down there cooking all kind of stuff, chicken fritters and sloppy joes and cabbage and kibalsi, and but everyone goes down and eats and, you know, swaps stories and meets one another before the show starts, and then you go upstairs, you know, for when the music starts. But it's pretty amazing. Yeah, check him out on YouTube, Heather. Billy Strings. He does a lot of live sets. Like almost every weekend, he's doing live sets somewhere. We got 3/8 ounce jig, and it's not even finding bottom. That's crazy. Whoa, that bird just did a kamikaze dive. I've never seen them do that. They usually swoop. That thing was straight down like a dart. I'd like to get me a couple good walleye to take home, because then I'd know what I'm having for dinner. And if I don't catch any walleye, I gotta figure out what I'm eating. Oh, there's all the birds. I didn't see them. I know y'all can't see it, but all the way in the corner, but the very first lock is where all the birds are at. See, I wish you could fish that West Virginia side. When I was a kid, I could have swore you used to be able to fish that whole West Virginia side, like on the lock wall. Because there's a bike trail on that West Virginia side, and I used to ride my bike from Wheeling, West Virginia to Warwood, West Virginia. And I remember walking around, there's a building over there, like where they control the dam, the locks and everything at. And on that building, I remember when I was little, like 12 years old, there was pictures, like signs, like street signs, but they had fish painted on them. They had all different fish painted on them and the names of the fish, and it had like a description of the fish, of all the fish that was in these waters. And I don't know why they would have that if it wasn't a fishing area. But they definitely don't have them signs no more, because I've used binoculars and looked over there. But I feel like you used to be able to fish over there like decades ago. What's up, Cindy? Give Travis a big old woo for me. Yeah, next week I will not be out here. It's gonna be, and the bad thing is that's probably when fishing will be good. Our temps are gonna get into the negatives multiple days. I'll probably be home being a little schoolgirl saying it's too cold. And I'll see all kinds of fish being caught here online. Yeah, I knew it was going to be no go, no bueno today when I pulled up and there was nobody here. Like when you pull up and there's not a single car person here, it's almost a guarantee you're not catching fish. Like guaranteed. But I never let that deter me. I always, give her a try. Later, Danny. I see everybody saying bye. I didn't see the text, but I get the gist. We've been at it for 70 minutes. Oh, I forgot I wanted to do something at 70 minutes, or at 60 minutes, at the 1 hour mark. This mic has a noise filter, and I wanted to turn it on at 1 hour mark to see which way is better. But I guess I can do it at the 70-minute mark. This 3/8 ounce jig is not enough, and it's a shame because I had a 1/2 ounce in my hand and I put it back. But yeah, let's turn that noise filter on. 70 minutes and 44 seconds. Turn that noise filter on and see Alright, I think it's on. Yeah, it's on. Then when I watch this video later, I can look and see which way is better. Because my old mic, I did not like it. It blocked out all ambient sound. It was nice because you could hear me clear as day, but you couldn't hear the birds, you couldn't hear the ducks, you couldn't hear the water rushing through the locks, you couldn't hear the waves crashing, you couldn't hear the snow crunching under my feet when I walk. Like, I didn't like it. It was just, it made it boring. Like, even like in the daytime when there's stuff to see and things to hear, it just kind of took away from it, when you don't hear none of the environmental sounds. But though that mic, it had the filter, but there was no way to turn it on and off. This one, you can turn it on and off. Oh shoot, it's past 8 o'clock. Is the bait shop on tonight? I used to like watching that show. It's funny. I don't learn nothing, but it's funny. It's not as funny though with Brian B not on there. It definitely lost a lot. Actually, Freddie ain't been on there much either. Freddie and Brian B ain't been on there, so it lost a lot of its humor. All right, Black Wolf, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I am not gonna be out here much longer. I gotta go bathroom, and if I'm gonna go through the trouble of pausing it or killing the mic so I can take a leak, I'm just calling it quits. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit longer, see if we can't hook up on something, and then head home. Guys, I actually forgot. I forgot about my stressful life for a moment. These past about 20 minutes. Earlier, I was saying I think the hardest thing for a YouTuber is not to complain about work or your day or things that happen, because it was just stuff was on my mind constantly, and it's like it's so hard not to talk about what's on your mind. But like for about the past 20 minutes, I actually forgot about life. That's what's great. That's what's great about fishing. That's what it's like when I go in Cindy's and Travis's channel. I have like the horrible day, didn't crack a single smile for the whole day. And I get in there and 10, 15 minutes in, I totally forget all about all my stuff. And next thing you know, I'm smiling, having a good time. That's what's like so amazing about their channel and community. There's like nowhere else in YouTube that can happen, at least for me. And then when Travis, Travis, you know, you he always gets me. Like I'm always anticipating him with the big old woo and the big old happy birthdays dragged out. Uh, but he always does it one level more than I was thinking he was gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like you're already prepared for it. You're taking the phone away from your ear, so like you don't blow out your eardrums. And what you think you're about to experience, he takes it one level further. Like it's freaking just hilarious. And then seeing Cindy's face, she's just like, "Oh Lord." I think he even surprises her, honestly. Like it's funny just talking about it. I'm freaking all smiles right now. Yo, there ain't nothing out here. This is ghost town. You know what I wish I had? You know them castable bobbers? Because last time I was here, I was talking to a guy and I said, what do you think? Do you think the fish just aren't here? They're not here, physically not here, or are there hundreds of fish out there right now and they're just ignoring us? Like I wish I knew. But if you had one of them castable bobber things, that hook to your phone. But I don't know. It's almost like I wouldn't want to know. You know what I mean? Because it would take away from the wonder and the mystery. Because if you, yeah, actually, I don't think I'd want to know. Because would I be standing out here for an hour or two if I could cast a sonar buoy thing and look and see that there's no fish out there? I don't think. You know what I mean? Or throw a camera and find out there's not a single fish out there. Like I said, I want to know, but at the same time, I don't think I would want to know. Because as of now, I don't know if there's hundreds and hundreds of fish out there and they're just ignoring me, or are they not here? I feel like they're not here. When it bites like this and they're not biting, I like to think that they're over there or down there or just not here. You know what I mean? Because I find it hard to believe that you can't just get one to bite or give you a little nip or. So I always think that they're just not here. But I always wonder. Saving Grace, how you doing? Y'all are the ones that fish in the little pedal boat, right? If so, I'm pretty sure I sub to the people in the pedal boat, like the boat you push with your feet or pedal with your feet. Cool. Yeah, this mic hooks up Bluetooth and it kills the battery. Cause I'd normally only be at like 50, 60% right now, and I'm down to 20%. But the good thing is I don't have to use Bluetooth. There's actually a receiver that you can plug into your phone. Hey, does anyone know? Did iPhone do away with the lightning the lightning charger? Did they switch over to USB Type C? Because this new mic I got only came with a Type C adapter, no lightning adapter, and I was like blown away. I couldn't believe they didn't give like the most common adapter in the world. And I'm thinking, you know what? Because mine's an iPhone 13. It's several years old, and I, you know, told myself, I said, I bet you iPhones did away with the lightning adapter and went to the Type C, because that's the only way I can see a company not giving you the lightning adapter if they don't make them no more. But I find it hard to believe that Apple would do away with the lightning adapter, because I read a book. Well, it was a magazine, but there was like a 10-page article in this. I think it was Popular Science or Popular Mechanics, but it was like a huge 10-page article on the lightning connector, or the Apple's lightning port. And it was saying that they designed the light, because before the lightning adapter, it was just USB, like micro USB. Then the lightning adapter come out, or port, or cable, whatever you call it. But this article I read, it went on talking about how great the lightning port was, and that Apple didn't design a cell phone, then the port. That they designed the lightning adapter first and then built the phone around it, because it was so critical. The technology was so advanced, and it was so critical to have a charging port like that that they built the lightning port first and then they built the phone around it instead of building the phone first then building the port. So I like kind of find it hard to believe that they do away with something that critical and crucial and that they were so proud of. But I think they did, because why else would they not give you the adapter for like an iPhone 13 that has the lightning? Are you talking, what brand are you talking? Is it DJI or a different brand, Saving Grace? I had a chance to get an iPhone 16 Pro and I didn't. It wouldn't have costed me anything that I'm paying. I'm paying like $8 extra a month now for my phone, on my bill. And I could have got an iPhone 16 Pro, and I didn't because I didn't want to give them. They wanted my phone that I have now, and I said no. This thing's almost paid off. I'm not gonna. It'd be like having a car and it's almost paid off in a few months, and I trade it in. I'm like, no, I'd rather just keep this phone and then pay on another phone. Why would I want to give something that I just spent years paying on? It's like you starting the whole process all over again. But they wouldn't give me the iPhone 16 Pro unless I gave my old phone. And I was like, no, you're not getting my old phone. I said, that thing's almost paid off. Why would I do that? But I guess a lot of people do that. But it's like a vicious cycle that would never end. You'd never own your phone. You'd always be paying for it. I remember the first time I always used to buy iPhones that were ran over in the street and phones cracked. I'd buy a phone that was ran over and shattered, and I would replace the digitizer in the screen. So I'd buy like $1,000 iPhone for $50 that had a shattered screen, and that's how I had iPhone. But when the iPhone SE came out, it was like a cheaper version. The iPhone SE, and not the 2021, the iPhone SE that come out before the 2021. That was the first iPhone new. That was the first cell phone I ever bought in my life new. And that's just because the SE iPhone was like a budget phone. I think it was like $200 brand new or something. And then I bought the iPhone SE 2020, which was still like a couple $100. But after I got used to having new phones, then I kind of got suckered into continuing to have new phones. That's how I ended up with this iPhone 13, which today is not new no more. It's probably like at least 3 years old. But I kind of wish I would have just given this phone so I could have that iPhone 16 Pro, especially since live streaming stuff. I didn't even know y'all were live last night. I watched Rambo 3 with my kid. Oh, I just had a bite. We watched Rambo First Blood. We watched the second one, and then last night we watched the third one, where his old boss comes and gets him. It starts out he's stick fighting in like Thailand or Singapore or something, or I think Bangkok. He's stick fighting for money for the monks, for money for the monks at the monastery. And his old boss comes to try to get him to go on a mission, and he says, "Nope, nothing to do with it." And then his old butt goes and gets himself caught. And then, of course, old John Rambo had to go save him. But we was watching that last night. That's why I didn't realize y'all were live. We're down to 12% on the phone. 12%. Can we catch a fish before the 12% runs out? One problem is there's too much current. Out of like 50 or 60 casts, I've only been on bottom in the strike zone maybe 3 or 4 casts. That's no exaggeration. Yeah, I wish I would have threw that half-ounce jig on there. I put the 3/8. You wouldn't think it'd make that much of a difference, but I know if I had a half-ounce on, I'd be able to get on bottom. This 3/8, it's not hitting bottom, and the current's just taking it. Dang it. I gotta keep taking my glove off to hit OK to the low power message. Now we're down to 10%. I'd like to get me one big plump walleye to take home. I'll be a happy camper. You know, walleye at my local fish market is the most expensive fish. It costs more than swordfish, maui, tuna, salmon. It's $15.95 a pound for walleye. It's crazy. Salmon's only $11 a pound. You would never think walleye costs more than salmon. Old river barge going chug a lug a lug. I'll beat that thing home. I'll get home and we'll hear that barge in about an hour going by the house. That's something that makes you want to fish all the time. Sitting at home and you're laying in bed and you hear the barges going up and down the river. It's impossible not to hear that sound and not think about fishing. I took that puppy. I got to take that puppy to work every day because if you leave a German Shepherd home alone for that, for half a day or for hours and hours, uh, at least while it's young and developing and turning into the dog that it's going to be for the rest of its life, you'll end up having to get rid of it because it'll be uncontrollable. Uh, they need physical work and mental work. Mental stimulation. You can't just leave them home. So I take them to work with me every day. Well, the neighbor at work, he lives across the street and has a fenced-in yard, and he has a dog. And I'm kind of buddies with the guy. He's probably double my age, but he was outside, and the way the weather's been, I haven't got to talk to him much. And he's seen, I mean, we wave to each other, and he sees that I got a new puppy, and he was out today, and I walked over picked the dog up and took it over to show him to see him, and because he's seen it from across the street, from a block away, but he actually hasn't got to see it. So I take the dog over there and show him. I mainly went over so his dog can see it because I want to get this dog used to other dogs as much as possible. Well, it was a mistake because now the puppy wants to go across the street every time. I always take him out with no leash to go to the bathroom throughout the day, and now I can't take him outside without him darting across the street. And there's 18 wheelers because we have a bakery. We have a bakery in town, and we have a dairy in town, and they both run 18 wheelers up and down the road all day. And there's buses, city buses. But now this puppy wants to run across the street to this house where I took him every time. Like he before he even goes to the bathroom, he wants to run across the street to this house. I'm like, man, like I don't know how to break him of that. I read 2 books on German Shepherds so far, and they don't mention anything about that. This current's so strong, it feels like when I cast and I'm retrieving, it feels like my lure fell off my line and I'm reeling in nothing but line, because it's floating. There's no resistance. I think the current's actually coming towards me some too. It's going that way most, but I think it's also coming towards me. Man, I could not get that on bottom. We're gonna go over here into more shallow. We got 9% battery. Try to get one fish before that battery dies. Go over here in the shallow, so I at least can fish bottom. We'll probably just get snagged up. That's probably the only thing we'll accomplish. But I got a better chance of getting that current still ripping it. That's crazy. It's only like 1 foot water. Hey Dalton. Hey Tara. We're on 5% battery. Trying to get a fish before the battery dies. I kind of wish I threw the tried and true. That is a look at this dude running down these icy rocks. What the hell? Look, y'all see him? What the hell? He's gonna break his neck. Look at this dude. Look. He's running down them rocks. They're icy and snow covered. What is he doing? And he slowed down. When he first started out, he was running. I'm not even kidding, running. And he's got shorts on. That's why I carry a gun everywhere. You come across all kind of crazy people. I can't believe he made it down without breaking his neck. That's crazy. Is he exercising? Maybe. Now he's going down them rocks. What the hell? Look at him. He just fell. We're on 1% battery, y'all. We didn't catch a fish. He just fell again. What is he doing? Yeah, we're on 1% battery. So the stream's about to end. So if y'all wonder, I'm gonna end it myself. I'm gonna head home. I'm trying to figure out what the heck this dude's doing. Looks like a goddamn animal. Or a goddamn animal. What in the world? Y'all, he's on some stuff. He's digging. He's digging. He's digging like an animal. What in the heck? I got my line out here. I'm probably snagged up. I gotta go to the bathroom. Look, he's digging. I'm kind of scared. Like, what do you know? Look at him. He's digging. I'm getting out of here before something happens. I ain't even kidding. I ain't trying to beat someone up. Like, at first I thought he was like training. You know, like them tough man races where you run like, through all kind of crazy stuff. My phone's on 1%, so it is gonna shut off any second now. But yeah, first I thought he was doing like some kind of tough man training. Like some conditioning, swimming through icy lakes and climbing mountains. But then when he started digging, I said, "Oh no, this dude's on some stuff." Look, he's still over there. He looks like he's looking for something. And I think his car's up in the parking lot running. I ain't even trying to go near that dude. Not even kidding. I'm not trying to go near him. I'd rather walk up this icy hill. Whoa! I'd rather walk up this icy slope than go near that crazy mofo. I can't believe my phone's still on. It's on 1%. And it's still going. I'm gonna try to get to the car and plug it in before it dies. But I doubt that happens. Oh, this is like a 45-degree incline. I'm not even kidding. That dude was running full speed down these rocks right here. When I first seen him, he was running. He came running through here and just full speed, just. And then when he got about halfway, he started slowing down. But he was still running. Yeah, look, I think that's his car up there. Look, he's still running. Don't tell me he's gonna jump in. Like, I thought that dude was exercising, like doing some extreme tough man endurance. But when he started digging in the ground, in the snow, I shouldn't be laughing. People like that need help, you know? Look at him. Look at him. He's running in front of my car. Look. What the hell is he doing? He's like a deer. Oh my goodness. He's on some bath salts or something. We're going to have to watch out and make sure we don't hit that dude. I don't know if that's his car there. I don't even think that's his car. I think he came here on foot. He's running down the middle of the road like a deer. He's still running. Man, that dude's got some energy. He's already off this road and on the side of the street. I'd follow him, but he would, I don't want to make the dude run out in front of some traffic. Look, there he goes. You know what? I don't even know if that guy got pants on. I said he's got shorts on. And now seeing him under the street light, I don't even know if that guy's wearing pants. Because when I seen him under the street light, it looked like he had no pants on. He did have gloves on. He had some gloves with the fingertips cut out of them. That's crazy. Well, I just saw one off the road looking at the river. I was looking to see where that barge was. Barge must be empty. He's already long gone. Oh, there he is. Moving pretty quick. I bet that thing's going pushing 10 mile an hour or close to it. They usually only go like 4, 5, 6 mile an hour. Anyways, I was just wanting to see what that dude was gonna do. Oh, the road ends. Well, the road don't end, but the snow. The that road is not plowed or maintained. But anyways, everybody have a good night. It says there's one person in here, but if there's anyone in here, have a good night, and thanks for watching. And have a good weekend. We're almost there. What's tomorrow? Friday? Yeah, we're there almost. One more day. It's the weekend. So everybody have a good one. Uh, Me and Kevin actually might. I think we're gonna go fishing Saturday at this dam downriver from me. I've been wanting to go to. He's in Marietta or near Marietta. Basically, it's like an hour drive for both of us to this dam. But we're gonna meet up Saturday, I think. Sunday's supposed to be. Uh, well, Sunday's supposed to be colder, but Saturday it's gonna be 70% chance of precipitation. I don't know, but Saturday or Sunday, probably be Saturday, because I don't like saving things for the Sunday for the last day, because then I like have to do it. I like to do stuff Saturday, get it out of the way, and then I still got Sunday. But anyways, we'll probably be I don't know. I'll probably go live if we're down there fooling around trying to catch some fish. But everybody have a good one. Catch you later.